What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Sami Zayn nearly did the worst thing ever, WWE delivers huge ratings, Shayna Baszler shuts down Rumours, a WWE star reveals her retirement plans, Judgment Day adding new members, 2 WWE stars get engaged, AEW banning fan signs, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new channel, Wrestlelamia Shorts. Now let's hit the intro and get straight into our first story. Our first story looks at Sami Zayn nearly did the worst thing ever. Our top story today takes a look at a recent interview from Sami Zayn, who had some very interesting comments to make in relation to the acclaimed Bloodline storyline. It's well established that the storyline surrounding Roman Reigns, the Usos and Sami Zayn has been the hottest storyline WWE have delivered in years, but it almost didn't happen. According to Zayn during an interview on After the Bell, early on during his involvement, he was ready to abandon ship and leave his involvement in the storyline behind. The current tag team champion added, "There was a point where I was actually very impatient with the storyline and I'm almost ready to abandon ship and say, okay, we need to start moving on in a different direction if this isn't going to go where it needs to go. For me, it all hinged on me and Roman getting together finally, and the swerve being Roman likes this guy. You expect him to not like him, but he meets him and he likes him. That was the money of the whole thing. He buys in. Roman drives the whole story and it works very well, even if he's not there, but because he's the main antagonist, his decision at the next point in the story is going to drive and propel the story in whatever direction it's going. You needed him involved." Now imagine a world where Zayn walked away from one of the biggest storylines of his entire career. Surely the landscape of WWE would look vastly different than it is today. Next up, WWE delivers huge ratings. Now, there was a ton of interest heading into this Friday's edition of SmackDown. Fans were on the edge of their seats waiting to see how the Bloodline saga unfolded, and this compelling storyline resulted in SmackDown attracting 2.46 million viewers. Now for some context, the prior week's edition of SmackDown was 400,000 less than this, so over 400,000 extra fans decided to watch this week's edition of the Blue Brand. Now WWE should be extremely proud of these numbers, and hopefully this success continues on the road to the Money in the Bank Premium Live event next month. Now it's not just ratings that are booming for WWE, as their ticketed attendance is also through the roof. A live event yesterday in White Plains, New York was a legit sellout. The show was main evented by Seth Rollins defending his newly won world title against The Miz. Next up, Shayna Baszler shuts down a rumor. And one of the headlines that's been dominating discourse on social media this week relates to Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. Reports claim that Rousey and Baszler demanded to win the women's tag titles. And naturally, fans call this out as nobody in WWE should demand winning the titles, and it wasn't a great look for both Rousey and Baszler. However, Baszler was clearly sick of these reports as she took to Twitter to state that they weren't true. Baszler would claim that the duo did demand to tag team together, but they didn't demand to win anything. Twisting my words, the demand was to team together. That's it, full stop. And the duo would capture the women's tag titles on Raw this week, and hopefully they do something meaningful with their reign. Next up, WWE star reveals retirement plan. Natalya has been a mainstay in WWE's women's division since 2008. Now the former women's champion has revealed if she plans to retire anytime soon. During a recent interview with the Toronto Sun, Natalya stated that she has no plans on retiring in the near future, but when she does, she wants to have a final match in Calgary. It's like that perfect fairy tale ending. For me, I don't know when my last day will be, and I have no intentions of retiring anytime soon, but if I could pick a place where I'd have a last match per se, I don't think there would be a place more perfect than Calgary. And when and if that day comes, maybe I could put it out there to the wrestling gods that the place I would like to celebrate the ending of my career. Next up, the Judgment Day adding new members. Since Finn Bálor took over as leader of the Judgment Day faction, the stable has become extremely popular with fans. The stable consisting of Bálor, Rhea Ripley, Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio have all bonded over the past year, and their off-screen friendships have started to translate to TV each and every week. Reigning SmackDown Women's Champion and current Judgment Day member Rhea Ripley recently appeared on the Battleground podcast, and this is where Ripley revealed that the stable is on the hunt for new members. So we're always looking at individuals that might make the cut. They obviously have to prove themselves to us, and they have to want the same thing that we want. Also understand that no one is in charge, that we're all here in a close-knit unit where we're all supporting each other and wanting what's best for everyone in the group and just wanting to take over WWE as a whole. We're always looking at the people that are coming up from NXT. We've looked at all the SmackDown superstars, all the Raw superstars. We tried with AJ before, but he was stubborn. We tried with Liv before, but she was stubborn. We were looking at a few people. I don't want to give anything away, but we'll see if they make the cut. There were rumours circulating a number of weeks ago that Raw star JD McDonough could be joining the faction, so it'll be interesting to see if this materialises. Who would you like to see as an added member of the Judgment Day? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, two superstars get engaged. WWE Stars Riddick Moss and Emma announced their engagement via social media yesterday. The two have been dating since last year and both currently find themselves on the Raw brand. And we here at Wrestlelamia would like to extend our well wishes to the happy couple. Next up, an injury update on Liv Morgan. The injury to Liv Morgan has left a huge mark in the women's division. Morgan was one of the top female babyfaces in the company, and a tag team run with Raquel Rodriguez was starting to get over. Now there is finally an update when it comes to the severity of Morgan's injury, and it comes from none other than Morgan herself. Yesterday, during an appearance on Xavier Woods' Up Up Down Down livestream, Morgan confirmed that she's dealing with a torn shoulder. We wish Morgan a speedy recovery and we can't wait to see her back in the ring. Next up, WWE Vice President makes a bold claim. The Senior Vice President of Live Events for WWE, Road Dogg, recently discussed Michael Cole in his podcast, and the former IC champion had some flattering yet bold comments to make when it came to the current SmackDown commentator. Road Dogg would claim that Cole is this generation's Jim Ross, adding, "He's still there today doing it, man, and doing it better. I'd say this is our generation's Jim Ross. Michael Cole's the deal. He's the voice of WWE, no doubt." Cole has been a constant presence on WWE TV over the last 2 decades, and his work, especially since Vince McMahon took a step back from WWE, has been highly received. What do you guys make of Road Dogg's comments? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, AEW Banning Fan Signs. It's always great to see fans bringing signs to shows, but it looks like AEW has a new policy relating to signs for their live events. According to one fan on Twitter, he was informed by a security team at a recent AEW live event that fan signs are prohibited because they block the views of other fans in attendance. The security guard said it was AEW's policy and they didn't want fan signs to block people's views. To be honest, that's naturally fair, but what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments down below. And finally, Bryan Danielson challenges Okada. Our final story today takes a look at how AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling appear to be planning a major dream match. AEW star Bryan Danielson made a surprise appearance via video at New Japan Pro Wrestling Dominion this weekend, and he issued a challenge to the legendary Kazuchika Okada. After Moxley's match at the event, he introduced a video by Danielson where he challenged Okada to a match. In the video promo, Danielson stated that Okada may be the Rainmaker, but when he steps into the ring with him, he's going to be in the desert and there won't be any rain. He then agreed to face Danielson, and it seems like it will go down at the Forbidden Door pay-per-view on June 25th in Toronto, Canada. But there you have it, folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.